right, friends, welcome. My name is Alyssa, and let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna begin today by tuning in and connecting into our breath, into ourselves, and acknowledging the transition between all of the outside world and the space that we've created for ourselves here within our practice. So we'll bring the hands together, create a little bit of heat, and we'll plug the thumbs into the sternum, finding a nice tall spine, sits bones connected to the mat, to a blanket, lifting through the heart. And noticing the breath as it comes in through the nostrils. And noticing the breath as it exits through the nostrils. Drawing your awareness inwards. Taking a moment to soften your shoulders down and back. Relax through your face. Unclench your teeth. A gentle lift in your heart, maybe a slight tuck of your chin to lengthen through the cervical spine. And just breathe. Noticing the expansion of the abdomen, of the ribs, as you inhale the breath. Noticing as everything settles back downwards on the exhale, belly button drawing back towards your spine, pressing all the breath out, making room for the next breath in. We will tune in with the Adi mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Recognizing that inner teacher that each one of us have within. Draw a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale the breath. Inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Full breath in. Suspend the breath here at the top and lift up through your pelvic floor. Draw the belly button back towards the spine. Soften the upper body. Hold. And exhale. Beautiful. You can release the hands down. And we'll move into some gentle neck rolls here. So staying lifted in your heart and long in your spine. Let your ear come down to one shoulder. And as you exhale, let your chin come down towards the chest. Inhaling opposite ear to the opposite shoulder. And exhaling, chin back down to the chest. And keep going just like this. See if you can synchronize the breath and the body here. Establishing that mind-body-breath connection. Inhaling and exhaling. Moving at your rhythm. Keeping your shoulder blades softened down your back. Relax your jaw here. Maybe even let your lips part. The whole lower part of the face softens and relaxes. The head can come all the way around back if that feels good in your neck. Go in both directions, taking your time. Feel free to pause if you find any sticky spots in the neck. You can pulsate there, send your breath there. Check in with your toes, with your fingers. Soften, relax them. Sits bones pressing into the mat. Heart lifted, spine long, shoulders relaxed. And then when you're ready, bringing chin back over the heart, parallel with the floor. Take a full breath in, bring the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, roll them down the back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll them down. One more time, inhale, lift. And exhale, roll them down. Pause here for a moment. Breathe. Shake out the hands, shake out the arms, shake out the head. Maybe find a horse breath through your lips, exhaling the breath through your lips, shaking off some tension, some stress. Shake, shake, shake. And then when you're ready, inhaling, lifting the arms up overhead. Reach up and out of your waist. Keep your shoulders plugged in though. Reach, reach, reach. And then clasp one wrist and exhale, bend towards the side. Maybe lifting your gaze up towards the ceiling. Root down through the sits bone opposite of your reach. Stretching through the side of the body. Stretching through the rib cage. Breathe. On your next inhale, come up through center, unclasp the wrist. Stretch long once again, maybe lift your gaze. And then clasp the opposite wrist. Exhale, dip over to the side, root down through that opposite sits bone. Maybe roll the shoulder back, lift the gaze, breathe. Next inhale, come up through center, reach once again. Exhale, bend your elbows, send your heart forward, pinch the shoulder blades towards one another. Stay here, inhale. And then exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, bring your forearms together, elbows together, wrist touch. Tuck your chin, lift your pelvis up towards your nose, hold the breath out. Inhale, open back up into those cactus arms. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin, squeeze it in small. Inhale, open, full breath in, open across the heart. Exhale. 2 more, inhale, open. Full of breath. Exhale, all the breath out. And last one, inhale, open. And exhale, tuck. Bring your palms together to touch. Keep the forearms together. Inhale, unfurl the spine. Slide the hands all the way up to the ceiling. Stretching up, up, up. And then exhale, bring your right hand behind, left hand on your right knee. Roll the shoulders down and back. Take a full breath in. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, turn over the right shoulder. Find a twist here. Stay right here. Take a breath in. Exhale, maybe you can twist just a bit deeper. Inhale, come up through center, lengthen, stretch. Exhale, other side. Roll the shoulders down, sit tall, root down through the sits bones. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. One more breath here. And inhale, back through center. One last time, arms reach. Lift up, 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 stretch the spine, keep the shoulders plugged in. Exhale, fan the hands down. Let the fingertips connect to the mat here for a moment. Soften, just listen and breathe. And then we're going to move down onto the mat, coming into a child's pose. So take your time, move when you're ready. Bringing your knees wide, your toes come together to touch. And then send your hips back towards your heels and reach the hands forward. If your forehead doesn't quite reach down to the mat, you can rest it on a block. You can rest it on stacked hands, stacked forearms. And if your hips don't reach your heels, you can use a blanket rolled up, tucked right in between hips and heels or behind the knees to rest the hips on. Find a comfortable child's pose here and soften there. Forehead, heart comes down. And just take some long, deep breaths. Send your breath all the way down your spine, into the hips. Perhaps take a moment here to notice what brought you to your mat today. Maybe taking a moment to set an intention, a dedication for your practice, something you'd like to cultivate or let go of, a good wish, a prayer. Breathe. Take a full breath in. Exhale the breath. Inhale, press up into the hands, lift the hips. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Knees about hips distance apart here. And then, leaving the hips lifted, stretch once again forward. But this time, finding a puppy dog pose. Forehead and heart melting down to the mat once again, but hips stay lifted as you lengthen your spine from root of the spine, tailbone, all the way up through the crown of the head. Same thing here. If this feels like a lot in your upper back and your shoulders, or your forehead doesn't reach all the way down to the floor, no worries. Bend your elbows, stack your forearms, rest your forehead on top of your forearms. If you'd like to deepen this stretch, press into your fingertips and gently lift the tops of the hands up towards the sky. creating little tented spider hands here. You can find a little side-to-side movement here. Draw the tailbone back, the crown of the head forward, space in between each and every vertebrae. Breathe. One more breath here. Exhale the breath. Nice and slowly lift the body back up from the floor. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and stack your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders on top of one another. And stack your hips right over your knees, creating a tabletop pose here. Stacking all the bones, spreading the fingers wide. About 6 inches in between the knees here. You can use 2 fists in between the knees to notice the space between the knees there, keeping them in alignment. We're going to move into some cat and cows here. So press firmly into the hands, press into the shins, press into the knees, tops of the feet. Always an option as well to pad the knees with a blanket or to let the knees suspend just off the edge of a blanket, shins resting on the blanket to help take some pressure out of your knees. Once you establish that firm foundation that works for you, inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the chin, lift the tail up, sway the belly down, cow pose. Exhale the breath, tuck the chin, tuck through the tail, round your back, press the heart, back of the heart up towards the sky, squeeze all the breath out, belly button into the spine. Inhale, move back into your cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. And keep this going with your own rhythm and speed, finding what works best for you. Maybe spin your elbow creases to the front so you can externally rotate the shoulders, creating a little bit of space in between the shoulders. And take any subtle, small, or big movements here along the way that would feel good in your body. If you notice any instinctual urges to maybe move the hips back towards the heels, swaying side to side. Maybe you shake the head out. Maybe hips come back towards heels and lift forward and down towards the floor. You can take a peek back at one heel, stretching through the side of the body here. Continue to breathe and move in rhythm with your breath, connecting to that mind-body breath. Let your breath be deep, intentional. Maybe turn up the sound of your breath. And let the breath be a mantra, anchoring you here. A few more moments here. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your tail, roll the shoulders down. A gentle lift of the pelvic floor here, preventing any overextension. Exhale the breath. Belly button draws up and in towards the spine. Squeeze all the breath out. Press into the hands, press into the shins, knees, tops of the feet. Hold. Inhale, release, shake it out, bump out your hips. And then bring your hands up about a hand's print distance from where they were. You can tuck your toes underneath here And we're gonna move into a downward facing dog on your next inhale. If downward facing dog doesn't feel good in your body today, no worries. You can stay down low and find that puppy dog pose once again. Knees underneath the hips and stretching the spine long, keeping hips lifted. If you'd like to take downward dog, tuck the toes, take a breath in, press up and back with the hips. Let your head be loose and soft, neck be loose and soft. Shake out the head, bend the knees here, one at a time, pedal it out. Pressing into all 10 fingers, especially index finger and thumb. Let your belly press close to your thighs, maybe knees bend generously here as you're stretching that spine. Let your gaze fall in between your knees to lengthen the cervical spine here, and see if that spinning of the elbow creases to face the front of the room once again here helps create some of that space in the upper back. Keep your shoulders sliding down away from your ears. Pedal it out. A couple more breaths here. Maybe you come up onto the toes, lower back down. And then take a full breath in, lift your right leg up and back, finding a three-legged dog. Belly comes close to that left thigh. Roll out your ankle here, press into all 10 fingers, index finger and thumb especially. Bend your knee, maybe make some circles on the ceiling with your knee, go in both directions. And then stretch the right leg back out long. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, bend your knee, draw it under the body, round the back, and bring that knee down and through. Bring the foot down and through. However you can get it there. Eventually, hands frame the front foot, and you lower down onto that back knee. Untuck your toes, finding a low lunge here. Blocks can come in handy to stack under the hands on either side of the foot to create a little bit more length and space to breathe. Hands can stay down on the ground. And also your back leg doesn't have to be as long behind you as mine is. You can shorten this a little bit if that feels better. Finding more of a 90-degree angle in your back leg. So find what feels good in your body. Square the hips here. Usually on this side, right hip comes back a bit, left hip bone comes forward. Let your hips sink down towards the floor, roll the shoulders down. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, maybe focus the eyes out in front on one spot, something that is not moving, a drishti, a focal point for the eyes, a gentle lift of your pelvic floor here, maybe a slight engagement of that belly button towards the spine, your root block engaged. Continue to breathe, press into that front foot, maybe hands come up onto the thigh. Be sure that your knee and ankle are stacked right over top of one another. Take a peek that you can see those front toes in front of your knee. Roll the shoulders down and back, inhale, maybe you lift the hands all the way up. Perhaps the gaze comes up, pinkies forward, thumbs back. Lift up and out of your waist, maybe even a gentle back bend here. Strong in the legs, pressing into the front leg, back leg. One more breath. And then as you exhale, let the hands come down to the blocks or to the floor. Inhale, shift your hips back. Lift your front toes, walk your hands, your blocks back about mid-shin. Find some length here, square those hips once again. Take a full breath in. Finding a half split, exhale, fold over that front leg. Option here to stay right where you are and breathe, or to find some dynamic movement as you inhale and lift the heart. Exhale, fold down. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, Bring that foot back down, hips forward. Move your blocks out of the way this time. Hands frame the foot. And then option here to tuck the toes, lift the knee, and take that front foot to meet the back in a downward facing dog, or to keep it down low and to bring just the knee back and find tabletop, cat-cow, or child's pose. Choose your transitional pose here. Breathe into it, and we're gonna take that onto the other side. Full breaths in and out, no matter where you are in your transition. And then if you come up into your down dog, you can take your three-legged dog here on the other side. Leg long, rotate out your ankle, bend your knee, find those circles here. You can keep this down low also in that tabletop pose, lengthening the leg out long, finding ankle rolls here. And you can keep this low to the ground as you bend the knee and bring that left foot forward under the face. So you can do this down low, or you can find that down dog and keep it up high. Left leg lengthens. Bend your knee, either down in your tabletop pose or in your three-legged dog, and bring that left leg down and through. Lower down onto the back right leg. Find the shape that feels best in your body with that back leg. And then find your low lunge on this side. Rolling the shoulders down and back. Hips sink down low. Square the hips. Usually left hip needs to come back this time. Right hip forward. Relax your face. Clench your teeth. Breathe. Maybe playing with the balance here on this side too. Hands come to rest on the thigh or reach up. You can clasp hands behind the back, roll the shoulders down and back, fists, hands reach down towards the floor, opening through the heart. And then reversing, coming back, down, and inhaling, bringing hips back, lifting those front toes, finding half split on the other side. Full breath in. Exhale, come down. Choose here, breathe and hold or find that dynamic movement. Couple breaths. Your next inhale, shift hips forward, plant that left foot back down, move your blocks. Hands come to frame either side of your foot. And then choose that transition once again here. Either knee comes back to meet the knee, tabletop, child's pose, or tucking the back toe, lifting that right knee up, and allowing the foot to come back to meet the other one, finding that down dog. Shake out the head, pedal out the knees, belly close to thighs if you're in down dog, elbow creases spin to face the front of the room. Neck is long, gaze in between your knees. Full breath in. Exhale the breath. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Bend your knees, engage your core here, belly button to spine. Lift the pelvic floor nice and slowly. Lower the knees down. Bring the legs out long. Bend your elbows and bring the whole abdomen down to the floor. Hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to move into cobra pose now. So zip up through your legs. Big toes touch, knees touch, thighs touch. Press into your pelvis here. Press into the tops of the feet and engage the legs so that the kneecaps lift off the floor. Strong legs, hands underneath the shoulders. Roll the shoulders down and back. Elbows are pointing behind you. Take a full breath in. Forehead is on the floor. Exhale the breath. Strong in that cobra tail. Inhale. Lift up through your forehead, your chin, your heart. Baby cobra back bend here. Exhale, lower down, forehead touches. Inhale, lift up. Lift your hands here, engage through the back muscles. Exhale, lower down. And one more time, keep that cobra tail engaged. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. You can turn onto one cheek. Let your arms rest along the side, let the legs relax. Breathe here. Bring your forehead to the mat. This time, hands come off the mat, fingers pressing into the floor, elbows lifted up towards the ceiling or out towards the sides. Cobra tail engaged here. This time, inhale, lift the forehead, chin, heart off into a clean cobra variation. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Pressing into the fingertips. Exhale, lower. Last time. Inhale, cobra tail engaged. Lift. Exhale, bring it down. Forehead touches first. Let your arms relax to your side and turn to face the other direction, opposite cheek on the floor. Breathe here, rest. You can bend your knees. Let your feet come up to face the ceiling. Soles of the feet face the ceiling. You can windshield wiper the knees. Releasing through the low back. And then bring the feet back down. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. And then inhale, press into the hands, lift the upper body back up. An option here to come up once again into a downward facing dog, or to keep it down low, puppy dog pose. We're gonna move into a forward fold. So if you're down low, just lift the body, bring one knee out in front, and then the next. If you're in downward facing dog, you can gaze up at your thumbs, and then bring that right foot up to meet the hands, left foot. Land in your fold, however you get there. Knees can be bent generously here, belly close to the thighs. You can sway side to side, clasp opposite elbows. Relax your neck, relax your head, relax your jaw. The straighter the legs, the more of an opening you'll feel in the backs of your legs. You can keep both feet flat on the floor and bend one knee at a time, bringing that stretch into your hips. The more bent your knees are, the closer the belly is to the thighs, the more of a low back release you'll feel. We're going to come up halfway on your next inhale. So hands connect to the earth. Inhale, lift the spine long, maybe hands up on the shins or hands resting on blocks. Long, flat back here, roll the shoulders down and back. Tailbone reaching behind, crown of the head reaching up towards the front. Let your chin come back in line with the shoulders, or the ears coming back in line with the shoulders, so your head's not hanging down towards the floor. So bring the chin in slightly. Long spine, stretching in opposite directions. Full breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, fold it down. And then nice and slow on your next inhale, roll up, knees bent, one vertebrae at a time. Let your chin come up at the very end. Just pause here. Let the body be exactly as it is. Breathe. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Stretch up, 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 up out of your waist. Exhale, bring your hands to rest on the backs of your hips, like you're sliding into your pants pockets. Roll the shoulders down and back. Full breath in, lengthen. Exhale, press your hips forward, gentle back bend here. Inhale, come up. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come down. Give everything a shake now. Shake out the legs, shake out the hands, shake the shoulders, shake the elbows, shake the head, shake the hips. Maybe find that horse breath once again through the lips. Maybe find a little bit of movement on your mat. Shake, shake, shake. 15 seconds left. Shake, shake, shake. Shaking off tension, shaking off stress that's collected in the physical tissues of the body. Take a full breath in, reach up. Exhale, just let the hands drop. Notice here, notice any tingling, buzzing, warmth, heat in the body. Notice the heartbeat. And when you're ready, facing the long edge of your mat, bring your feet wide. Pressing down through both feet. Lift your arms up, shoulder height. Fingers are nice and firm here. Take a full breath in. And exhale as you reach one arm across the body down towards the opposite ankle. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, reach across opposite direction. Moving into yogi windmills here. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And keep it going here side to side. You don't have to touch the toes or come down super far. Find what works best in your body. You may have a softer approach when you fold, only coming down a little bit. The most important thing here is to breathe fully and deeply, to stay strong in your legs so that they can help propel the body up, and a slight engagement here through that root lock. Lifting up through the pelvic floor, slight engagement of navel to spine. This is more of a core workout than it is a stretch, but you will feel the stretch too. Full breaths in as you come up through center, expanding across the chest, exhaling as you fold. Move at your speed. Full breath in, complete exhale out. Fill the lungs every time you come up. Empty the lungs every time you fold. Balance out both sides here. And then inhale, come up through center. Spread the arms wide, open through the heart, hold. Exhale, let the arms relax. Heel toe, bring the feet back together. Give everything a shake. And then come down onto your mat into a cross-legged seat or a kneeling position if that's more comfortable in your body. You can find a blanket in between hips and heels if you'd like to stay kneeling, or maybe a blanket or cushion underneath the hips in a cross-legged position. Perhaps this time, bring the opposite leg that you usually do out in front. We tend to habitually sit in the same way every time we come down into the floor in that cross-legged seat. And then we're gonna move into some twists here. So hands come up onto the shoulders, 4 fingers in front of the shoulders, thumb behind. Open through your heart, shoulder blades slightly pinch back towards one another. Elbows are up at shoulder height. If this doesn't feel super great in your shoulders, no worries. You can also find Gyan Mudra, hands lifted, index finger, thumb touching. And you can do the position or do the pose this way as well. We're gonna inhale through the nose. A gentle lift of that pelvic floor, navel back towards the spine, root lock engaged. Exhale the breath. And then keeping that firm foundation, strengthen the core. Inhale, twist left. Exhale, twist right. Inhaling through the nose, left. Exhaling through the nose, right. And just let it swing. Find your rhythm. Find your breath. Move at your speed. Inhaling, exhaling through the nose. Twisting side to side. Maybe close the eyes down here, check back in with the jaw. Unclench your teeth, relax your face. Breath is light and easy. "20 seconds left. Inhale, come into center. Hold the position, roll the shoulders down and back, lift up through your Mula Bandh, root lock, up and in, hold. Exhale, release the hands down. Pause here, breathe. Then we're gonna move into shoulder shrugs. So we're gonna inhale through the nose and lift the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale through the nose and let the shoulders drop down. Finding your rhythm, finding your speed once again. So inhaling, shoulders up, exhaling, shoulders drop. You can speed this up if you'd like. Letting your attention be on that release of the shoulders. We don't want to create unnecessary tension or stress in the neck or the shoulders. We're seeking to release that, to soften that with this asana. So inhaling, shoulders up, and as you exhale, just let the shoulders bounce down. Or you can move slowly. Find what works for you. 30 seconds. Check back in with your face. Relax, soften, unclench. Long spine, shoulders roll down the back. Inhale, squeeze up. Squeeze the spine, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hold the breath, lift up through your root lock, hold. Exhale, release. You can find a few gentle neck rolls here. Then we're gonna move into some breath of fire rounds. The first one being a puppy dog panting breath. You can change the cross of your legs if you'd like, come into a kneeling position, come out of your kneeling position, refresh your posture in any way that feels comfortable and useful to you. Hands come to the knees, maybe palms face up. You can find that wisdom seal, index finger, thumb tip touching. And then you're going to bring the tongue out and just let the tongue relax over that lower lip. And we're going to let the belly button snap back towards the spine as we breathe in and out through the mouth. Looks and sounds like this. Belly button coming back towards the spine every time you exhale the breath out. The inhale comes naturally. So take a full breath in through your nose. Exhale the breath. Inhale through the nose. Heart lifted, spine long, roll the shoulders back, stick the tongue out, and then begin breath of fire. Pumping the navel back. Ten seconds. Inhale through the nose. Hold the breath. Exhale. Just notice. We're going to take another round of breath of fire, but this time it'll be in and out through the nose. Full breath in through your nose. Full breath out. Inhale through your nose. Keep the lips together and then find your breath of fire. Eventually equalizing the inhales and the exhales, but just to start, just focus on that exhale breath. Release the shoulders, soften the face. Breath is light and easy. Ten seconds. Inhale. Hold. Lift up to the pelvic floor. Soften the shoulders. Hold. Suspend. Squeeze the spine. Exhale. Pause. Notice. Shake out the hands. Shake out the head. Shake, shake, shake. Stay grounded, connected to the body. Breath work can be a little spacey. Stay here. Shake, shake, shake. Maybe have some water if you'd like. And then we're going to bring the legs wide. You can face the long edge of your mat. That way you've got a little bit of padding underneath the backs of the heels. Flex your toes back towards your shins. You can sit up on a cushion, on your blanket, or bring sits bones down onto the mat. Only bring the legs as wide as you can stay lifted in your heart and long in your spine. So if you start to notice some collapsing into the chest or rounding of the spine, bring the legs a little closer together. Right on the sits bones here, hands can be down on the legs or lifted up towards the sky. We're going to take a full breath in through center Engage through the feet, strong legs, turn towards one side, exhale, hinge down, but stay lifted in the heart and lengthened in the spine. Inhale through center. Exhale, turn towards the other side, reach. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, and keep going back and forth here. Filling the lungs with every inhale, emptying the lungs with every exhale. And once again, this is not about reaching the maximum depth. Depth comes over time. Fill the lungs with every lift. Empty the lungs on every fold and stay lifted in your heart. If you are rounding and collapsing in the chest here, don't fold down as far. Relax your face. Breathe. The strength of the legs propels the upper body up. Toes flexed back towards the shins. Soften your shoulders. You can move at whatever speed or pace feels good to you. Soften through the pelvis. Balance out both sides here. Moving with the breath. And then pause once you find that center. Full breath in. Toes still moving back towards the shins. Exhale. Fold down. Once again, only coming down as far as the spine can be long and the heart can stay lifted. A slight tuck of the chin down towards the heart to lengthen that cervical spine. Full breath in. Exhale the breath. Option here to inhale and lift the upper body and exhale, fold. Inhaling, lift. Exhale, fold. Or you can linger here and just breathe. Find what feels best to you. Focusing all your attention on filling the lungs and emptying the lungs completely. Perhaps imagine the breath traveling up the spine as you inhale. And imagine the breath traveling back down the spine on your exhales. Inhale, come up. Hold. Exhale, release. Bring your hands under the knees, bend the knees, help bring the legs back together, give everything a shape. And then when you're ready, come down onto your back and find your Shavasana. You can bring a blanket under the head for a pillow. You can bring a block under each knee or a bolster under the backs of the knees, a rolled up blanket under the backs of the knees to help release the low back. Let there be space between the feet, space between the arms and the body. Maybe snuggle the shoulder blades together underneath the heart, a slight tuck down of your chin. Palms can face up towards the sky to open through the front of the chest. And let your whole body be heavy and soft. the hips be heavy, the feet be heavy, the hands, the head. Soften the palms, soften the toes, soles of the feet. Relax your face, unclench your teeth, let your eyeballs sink into your skull. Relax your scalp. Relax the tongue. Draw in a deep breath. And exhale your breath. Bring your awareness back into your body, back into the room. Find some small movements with your toes, your fingers, your wrist, your ankles. Maybe your chin moves side to side. You can stretch the body long, like a early morning, first of the day stretch, reaching arms up overhead, pointing the toes, inhaling. Exhale, maybe draw the knees into the chest and wrap yourself up in a hug. You can rock a little side to side. Maybe make some knee circles here, hands on the knees, bringing the knees out wide, bringing them back together. A slight tuck of your chin towards your chest to protect that cervical spine. And an option here to move into a cat stretch or a supine twist. You can lengthen one leg out long, keeping one knee in towards the chest. Take a full breath in. Exhale, draw that knee across the body and down towards the floor as you open up away from the knee, twisting to one side. You can also leave both knees together here, bringing both knees to the side. Inhale, come through center. Swap out the leg or keep knees together. Find your twist on your exhale, opening up away from the knees. And then coming back through center, and you can tuck fingers behind knees and rock and roll on the spine a few times to come up, or you can roll over onto your side and press up from the floor that way. Making your way into your comfortable seated position to close out our practice with one round of Sat Nam. Bring the hands together. Find that heat, friction between the palms. Plug your thumbs into your heart, roll the shoulders back. Sit tall, sits bones connected to the floor or cushion. Relax your face. Take a full breath in. Exhale the breath. Inhale. Sat Nam. Sat Nam, friends. Thank you.